Oxford students mark end of exams by covering each other in shaving foam, silly string, eggs, flour and rotting food despite authorities' threats to call police on trashing celebrations. It's a ritual that costs the authorities £25,000 a year. But that didn't stop Oxford University students celebrating the end of their exams in the only way they know how, by covering each other in foam and silly string as they chug bottle after bottle of bubbly. Final years were today seen pouring out of exam halls as they began the annual end-of-term booze up. The tradition, known as trashing, sees students spray each other with champagne, flour and confetti in one last blowout before they leave the world of academia. However, the university said that, this summer, it will be tipping off Thames Valley Police about the locations of the so-called trashings so they can arrest anyone breaking the law. The ritual began in the 1970s and sees friends of students taking their finals wait outside the back of the examination schools in Oxford city centre. As their chums emerge, they blast them with silly string and shaving foam before applying each other with alcohol, usually champagne. The tradition of trashing has endured despite successive attempts by the proctors of Oxford to clamp down on it and even impose fines. 5 years ago, the celebrations were described by university proctors as a disgrace, after students left behind rotten food, vomit and broken glass. It followed a report of a female student being fined £80 for being caught rubbing a trifle in a friend's face. She was told she had to pay the fee or she would not be allowed to graduate. It is nigh on impossible for students to escape being caught up in the melee because of the color of the flower they wear on their gown. Exam-goers are expected to wear a white carnation for their first test, a red one for their final exam, and pink for all in between. The flower is worn on each student's black coat, part of the ceremonial attire known as subfusc which must be worn during exams. In 2015, Oxford University Students' Union voted overwhelmingly in favor of keeping the centuries-old tradition of wearing gowns, suits and mortarboards to exams. Some students had argued that the formal dress is medieval, claiming it contributes to the perception of the university as elitist and unwelcoming. But in a referendum 75% voted to keep the signature sartorial look for exams.